Indeed is a great resource. Just be very, very careful because, it kind of, the cost can go up and down and the quality isn't always there. Now, y'all, I'm not going to tell y'all that I save y'all the best for last because this ain't the best for last. I save the most expensive for last. And this is a very lucrative place to get good quality candidates, to get the whole process going for you and just get folks in front of you who are qualified and ready to work. Hey y'all, this is Tamika, the face behind Hey HR. I am so excited to tell you guys about this topic because, as you know, we are doing a series completely devoted to entrepreneurs and small business owners. And I'm just here to be your HR Connect. I want you to know that there's tons of people that will charge you tons of money for HR consulting services, and I am not that person. I am going to give it to you here for free. So if you're like, Tamika, this is helpful, but I'd love to have more, then definitely join my email list. The link is down below in my description box. I'll put it here as well, where you guys can definitely join my email list, and I will send you emails on a regular basis about different entrepreneur topics that relates to HR that can help guide you through managing your employees at absolutely no cost. In addition, I will have some future products that come out for you later, some templates, ebooks. I'm just going to create everything that I think can get you on the road to get started with managing your employees without having a dedicated HR professional there. So the topic that we will talk about today is job postings. So many people always think that they have to do something super elaborate to post jobs or to gather candidates or to find applicants, or they have to hire someone that they know, or they have to go to this option or that option. I'm going to give you a whole list of options that you can use. So if you want to know about the different places that you can post jobs at no cost or at a minimal cost, then definitely keep watching. So I'm going to refer to my notes on a regular basis because this is just like my Bible. It helps me get through things. I use different ways to stay organized, but this is one that I'm going to use throughout videos so that I just don't miss anything. I don't want to miss telling you guys anything at all. If I do it off the dome, I just might forget some stuff. So I'm going to refer to my list pretty often. But the first go-to or place that you should post your job that people don't think to post their jobs as small business owners or entrepreneurs is your website. On your website, you have already showcased what your business is about. You have already set a vibe. And most times you want to make sure that you're hiring people that's going to stay on that same trend, that's going to keep that vibe going, or make the vibe even better. Go to your website, post jobs there. It would be nice to have a section that just has jobs there. But when you're first starting, most times you're just doing like one job or what have you. So it's not a bad idea to put it like on your contact page, or to put an area on your first page that can lead to that contact page. And you can just set it up with the email so that those folks would have to send you an email with their resume. You don't need some formal, elaborate applicant tracking system or digital service to do this. And I have said already on a video or a presentation that I did with Earn on Demand is where you can literally use that inbox as your applicant tracking system. So get those resumes, those applications from your website, and you could even have an automatic reply that has a legal application there. I highly suggest having a legal application. There's some disclaimers that you need in there. There's some information you'll automatically need upon hire, and there's some information you should gather to make sure that you're gathering the right candidates. And so an application is important. You can put this all on like your contact page. You can even have an automatic upload from your website where they can download that application. Your website should be optimized enough or have enough tools where you can see how many people downloaded this application versus how many applied. And so that kind of takes me to a whole different direction. So let's go back to where you can post your job. Your website. Utilize your website. Gather those folks there. You're already driving traffic to your website, so use it. You're already paying that cost. Don't add on additional costs. So another way that you can grab applicants is by using your email list. You've already built that email list. If you haven't built one, then you kind of hitting two birds with one stone, because now you can not only grab leads through your email list, but you can also grab applicants through your email list. And what you can do is just send out an email to those people that are on your email list and say, hey, I'm hiring for whatever this position is. Remember that by the time you get someone to your email list, you've already captured their attention. They're 2 seconds from converting into into a sale. So they're automatically already committed. You've hit that know, like, trust factor with them. And so it should be nothing for them to either apply with great intention or to forward it to someone that can truly benefit your team. So use your email list as well. I would let them literally reply to that email, and that's how they apply. Make sure that you have that whole job description there, that application, whatever information you want in it, and just tell them, hey, reply to this email to apply. Now, another area that entrepreneurs and small business owners forget that they can use to gather applicants is your social media. It's absolutely okay to put it in your IG stories. You can put it as a temporary post on IG or Facebook. You can take it down when you're no longer hiring for that position. You can also use LinkedIn. LinkedIn allows you to post one job. If not, post it on your profile. Tag others in it. Use hashtags to optimize it and gather applicants that way as well. That's absolutely free, no cost. So we already talked about the website, we talked about your email list, and you can also use your social media. Just don't forget that if you use your website or you use your social media, the best thing to do is when you've gotten an influx of applicants and you feel comfortable with those applicants, or you're no longer hiring for this position because you've hired someone or you've decided not to hire again, make sure to go back to those places and take those job postings down. Now, some of the options that I'm going to give you guys right now are options where if you haven't been in HR, you don't have an HR Connect like you now have, you may not think about these places, but these are places I've used over my 10+ year career to make sure that I'm not only gathering applicants, but that I'm diversifying my applicant pool, which means I'm not getting just a certain class of applicants, but I'm getting minorities and I'm getting a volume of them, and I'm being diverse and I'm catching folks that may have disabilities, who may not, who are veterans. And so one place that you can use is your local veteran agencies. A lot of times they will let you post jobs there so that you can attract veterans for positions. That's usually at absolutely no cost. So any of your local veteran agencies that offer services or assistance to past military service providers or service members, definitely use them. That's no cost. You're being diverse. You probably have someone that may not know about your business. So it's always good to make sure that with that job posting, you're putting your website address and that you're putting all of your social media handles, that you have a good job description, and that your application is one that can definitely gather the information that you need. So I would post it there as well. That's another place where once you already hire, you want to make sure to let them know I no longer need any applicants. It's not a bad idea on that job posting to say only accepting applicants between this time and this time. Not only should that give you an influx of applications, but it should also allow future applicants that come after that date to know I can't apply, and you can easily get a good easy out by saying we no longer are accepting applications. Your local veteran agencies is a great place to post your jobs. Now, another place that I always would tell you guys is free, and for years it has been free. I mean, for majority of my career, I feel like 2019 is when I started seeing all of these costs that goes with posting here. But your local colleges and universities and tech schools. So most times your universities and your colleges, they're using now their own job boards or their job board that they use with other colleges and universities. Like Purple Briefcase is a very, very popular one. So you can reach out to Purple Briefcase. You can definitely Google them. I will put the link to Purple Briefcase here and in the description box, but that's a place where you can post at a very minimal cost. So you can post to as many colleges and universities that you want, depending on the price that you choose. It usually starts out about $50 for, I believe that some colleges do it for 30 days, some do it for 60 or 90 days, and some do it infinitely so that you can just always leave that job posting there. You get email alerts whenever your job expires. You also get automatic emails through their system, through the Purple Briefcase system, that allows you to kind of use it as an applicant tracking system, communicate with the candidate, things like that. And so using colleges, universities, and tech schools is a great place. Now, tech schools is 9 times out of 10 absolutely free. And all of these places, colleges, universities, and tech schools, you can always ask them when is their college career fair or what have you, because they always have those usually in the spring and the summer. And most of your larger colleges and universities break it up or break up the job fair according to the skill. So you might have a nursing fair, you might have a marketing and sales fair, and then you might have like an engineering fair, and they're all on 3 different days. So you can make sure everyone that's coming into you is truly studying or gaining skills that can match your job that you're actually looking for. And you don't have to get a whole influx of just all college students. And so colleges is a great source to use, universities. But if you're looking at no cost or very minimal cost, your tech schools is the place to go. But to be honest with you, they all are really, really affordable options. So don't forget about those places. That's a great place to get brand new talent, someone you can mold into your position, someone that's coachable, someone that can give you some new skills because they're literally just learning this information. And so that's a great option to use for all small business owners and entrepreneurs. Now, I know we get a little skeptical when it comes to this area because in HR, we don't like to ask about certain questions like religion. But you can always check local churches. They're always looking at ways to provide to their community, to provide to those folks that congregate with them. And so you can use churches, and most times, I don't know a church yet that charges a fee, but you can absolutely post with them for free. So just think about it. If one church has a location here and then they have a location here, they have a location here, you probably can use one centralized location to get it to multiple different places. So don't sleep on churches, y'all. That's a good place to grab some candidates. And at the end of the day, they should have a clean heart, right? Sorry, that was my dry humor. And a very last place that you should post to, or you should not forget to post to, is like membership groups. So like for me, if I'm looking for another HR professional, I would post in my local SHRM, my state SHRM, as well as my national SHRM. There are tons of different membership groups. You guys, as you work throughout your career, you've learned about different membership groups. You have the Realtors membership group, you have the AOPO or organ and tissue donation one, you have the Municipal Association membership group. There are tons of membership groups. Like everybody has a membership group. So you should post with those membership groups. There are even statewide and marketing PR groups as well. I mean, guys, they're just groups everywhere. You can just almost Google it, find those groups, post with them. Now, quite a bit of them have started a cost, but it's at minimal cost. Most times what they'll say is that they'll post a job for free if you're a member of their group. It's not a bad idea to be a member of their group. See what's going on in the group. Explain about your business. Be connected. It's a technique you can use for marketing and promotion. So join these membership groups and definitely post your jobs there. That's just a great resource to use whenever you're looking for talent. And one more thing about membership groups that I didn't want to forget is don't forget about sororities and fraternities. Most sororities and fraternities have so many people that are a part of them, and they have so many ways to get information out to them, and they're constantly communicating with their members, so don't forget about them too. All right, so I already told you guys about a whole bunch of them that are like no cost or minimal cost. Now I'm going to tell you about ones that kind of have a bit of a cost related with them. So I would say if this is your first talent, I would kind of stay away from these, but I will give you some signs and cues and tips and tricks to make sure that you're not, breaking the bank. So some of these options that have a cost associated with them are great tools. Most times it's probably going to bring you a big influx. A lot of times it doesn't guarantee you're getting your exact talent just because you're paying a cost. It's just expected to bring in a high volume of applicants. But I'm going to start with the first one, which is LinkedIn. So I already told you guys that you can post a job on your profile for absolutely free. But if you wanted to get the LinkedIn recruiter profile, that's a very expensive tool. And it has Boolean searches that you can use. If you're not familiar with Boolean searches, then check out this video. But it has Boolean searches that can narrow into your talent. It also has an option to look at profiles, and candidates won't even know that you're looking at their profiles. It gives you extra information for those folks who may not have it publicly that they're open looking for work, but you can see it in the recruiter side. It has tons of benefits, but let me warn you, LinkedIn Recruiter is very, very, very expensive. I mean, even for corporations, they limit the number of seats that they use. They limit the amount of access. They limit the number of posts that they use because it's every little part kind of costs an extra fee. It starts with very good packages, but if you want to add on to it, it gets pretty darn expensive. So now let's talk about another resource, and another resource is Indeed. Indeed is a great source, and I noticed that a lot of small business owners and entrepreneurs use Indeed. It's great to use Indeed. It's just like LinkedIn, where it has a website and it has an app, so it's very, very easy. It does bring you in a whole ton of candidates. Over my 10+ year career, I've noticed that Indeed doesn't always bring in quality candidates. So be very careful about that. Another thing is that Indeed is a click per pay service. So it doesn't matter how much you put on that job posting. It matters how many times folks click on your job. Doesn't even matter if it's the same person. You're going to be charged per click. But Indeed gives back really great analytics. It definitely can be a controlled cost where you're saying, okay, I'm only going to post it for 2 or 3 days so that I can limit that cost. It also has an applicant tracking system that you can use behind the scenes where you can communicate with the candidate. You can reject the candidate. You can accept the candidate. You can proceed them through to the next interview. You can proceed them to offer. And so I really like that Indeed has grown into the space of being kind of an applicant tracking system as well. So Indeed is a great resource. Just be very, very careful because, you know, the cost can go up and down and the quality isn't always there. Now, another resource that you can use is ZipRecruiter. I know a lot of people may not be familiar with ZipRecruiter. If you're like me and you listen to Steve Harvey all day or not all day, but in the morning time, then you hear his advertisements for ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter is a good source. It's just like LinkedIn. It's just like, well, I would say Indeed, but it's more like LinkedIn because it does give like packages that you can choose from. The only problem I have with ZipRecruiter is that it has a lot of spam that's in it. So you'll see a lot of candidates that are leery when you call them because they've already been spammed. It also sends a lot of like junk emails because it'll send you a lot of click here, click there, and you get onto that job post and you click and it doesn't take you to the job. I'm not a big fan of ZipRecruiter, but I do have some colleagues, friends, and family members who work in HR and they swear by it. So it totally depends on the type of talent that you're looking for. So it's not a bad idea to just test it out. I don't know if there's an option to get something outside of their package. I do know that it's best to kind of test it out for yourself as a user. That's what you want to do with all of these different options that I'm giving you and just see if it's a fit for you. Get feedback from your applicants. You can do that with a survey or you can do that with asking them questions in an interview, completely up to you. But I definitely am not a huge fan of ZipRecruiter because it does have some quirks to it. And if you're not experienced in the HR world, you might fall into some of those quirks. Now, y'all, I'm not going to tell y'all that I saved y'all the best for last because this ain't the best for last. I saved the most expensive for last. And this is a very lucrative place to get good quality candidates, to get the whole process going for you and just get folks in front of you who are qualified and ready to work. Staffing agencies, that's my last source for you guys. Big corporations use them. A lot of companies that have 50+ employees, a lot of seasonal companies use them. A lot of labor intensive companies use them. It's not a bad idea to use staffing agencies. There's a gazillion staffing agencies. So if I started on a list, I would confuse the nothing out of you guys and be on here all day. So we're not going to do that. A lot of staffing agencies are located by regions and stuff like that too. So staffing agencies is a really good source, but they normally charge on the hire. So if you're offering someone a $40,000 salary, they usually want 10 to 20% of that annual salary up front when that person is hired. And normally they'll break it down and say, okay, within 30 days you pay this, but by 90 days you pay this, or by a year you pay this. But it's a super high cost because you're paying 10 to 20% of that's annual salary, not what you're paying per paycheck. You're going to pay that full annual salary. So it's an expensive resource, but it is a very good resource. So if you have the budget to take care of their costs and to get really good talent and to take yourself from doing a whole bunch of the work, or you're only doing one hire, so you're like, okay, Tamika's not that bad because I'm only hiring one person, then that's a good resource to use. But I definitely didn't want to start with that one because I want you guys to know that there are tons of options that you can use prior to getting to that one. Again, I'm going to have so many tools that you can use that are coming out in the future, but the only way you're really going to know about them is if you get on my email list. So definitely check out the link in my description box. Check out this link that I'll put here, but get on my email list and you'll have a whole bunch of options at absolutely no cost. I want to be your HR Connect, and that is literally why I'm doing this series, because I know that this can be difficult. You're already managing, targeting your audience. You're already managing, getting that know, like, trust factor. You're managing growing your email list. You're managing creating products. You're managing shipping them out. You're managing creating a good client experience. There's so much to manage as an entrepreneur, and I want to take the HR side off of your back. If you guys found this video helpful, or you're like, Tamika, you covered a whole lot, but I really was looking for you to hit on this, then leave it in the comments below, because I'm here to help you. I can't help you if I don't know where I'm not helping you. I need feedback, guys. But I'm so excited to offer these resources to all small business owners and entrepreneurs. If you guys know anyone that can benefit from this information, please share this video with them. If you found this video valuable and really helpful to you, then please hit the like button. It definitely helps my channel. It keeps me knowing that I'm producing the right content for you. But I thank you guys so much for watching. For those of you who are returning, I appreciate you so much. For those of you who are new, welcome to the gang. Definitely join us by subscribing, and I can't wait to see you all on the next video.